This video is brought to you by Skillshare. Hey everybody, welcome to Amy Nolte Music. I went on a 7-day carnival cruise to Mexico one time, and those cruises, well, they're all about the food. You can have prime rib and frog legs and shrimp and lobster and chocolate melting cake and cheese plates. I'll tell you, by about day 4, I was craving like a 24-hour fast and a half marathon. I guess it was just too much rich food, which I didn't think was possible. I've always felt this way about Barry Manilow. And though I could probably sing you most of his hits, I always turn the radio whenever he comes on. Well, one thing is, I have a legitimate fear of his songs getting stuck in my head all day. It's really likely, actually. If there's anybody on the planet who can write a catchy melody, it's Manilow. I heard an interview recently where he talks about how he developed this talent.
I am stuck on a Band-Aid, and a Band-Aid stuck on me. You know that, right? And the State Farm is there, that like a good neighbor. Yeah, but you know, that was before the records hit, but actually the whole thing happened right around the same time. But I was very grateful for the years I spent in the commercials world, because you have to learn how to write a hook. Right. You've got to write the catchiest melody you can in 15 seconds, or the other guy will get the commercial. And that was a real help when I wound up in the pop music world, because it's the same rules. You've got to write a catchy hook.
In the time that it's taken me to research and make this video for you, several of his tunes have been stuck in my head. So you know I've sacrificed greatly. Barry Manilow has recorded and released 51 top 40 singles, 13 that hit #1, 28 that were in the top 10, 13 platinum, and 6 multi-platinum albums. I have done 0 of that. And all I've got to offer you are my observations. But don't hate me because I've been a little bit honest right here. I have a lot of admiration for Barry Manilow. I've got a soft spot in my heart for 70s love songs. And if you know me, you'll catch me kind of often listening to soft rock. But like I said about the cruise ship food, I can't handle too much cheese. Sometimes it can be hard to pinpoint the cheese, the schmaltz. But right here, I think it's the tambourine. And here, it's the cymbal crashes. Here, it's a combination of the rising orchestral swell and the 16th note chord jabs of the piano. And here, it's the aggressive snare drum. It's not just cheese or schmaltz, it's this feeling of grandeur. The swells, the French horns, the elaborate string arrangements, they're all meant to evoke some kind of emotion inside of us. He's got so many ways of building songs to a high point, of letting us know that something big is coming up, and giving us very satisfying resolutions. How happy you made me, oh quagmire. Will you... But none of these devices even come close to the device that he's most famous for, the key change. Looks like we're It's almost like he has it down to an exact science, but it's never exact. There's always some element of surprise that happens somewhere between the 2 and the 3 minute timestamp of his songs. It might be that the song raises a half step. It might be that the song raises a whole step. There might be repeated key changes. But Barry Manilow really knows how to get the most out of modulating. It's not that he can't be subtle. He can. In fact, probably my favorite recording of his is a song that he made out of Chopin's Prelude in C minor. Listen to this bit of a performance of Could It Be Magic?
Sweet Melissa, angel of my lifetime, answer to all answers I can find. Baby, I love you, come into my arms. And when October goes, the snow begins to fly above the smoky roofs. I watch the planes go by.
I think it's absolutely beautiful, and it just moves me in ways that, well, an aggressive snare drum never could. I think any of his songs could be scaled down, like stripped of their elaborate orchestrations, and be the kind of song that I wouldn't turn the radio station on. But I don't think that's Barry. I think he's got a flair. I think he might have been born to take people's emotions to a higher level.
Oh, God, Manilow was a genius.
And even though his arrangements don't do what they were planned to do, for me, it doesn't mean that they're not stellar arrangements. Barry Manilow is an excellent arranger. I wish I had half of his skills. He started arranging for Bette Midler, and arranging is his great love. I'm just not a person who likes to have my heartstrings manipulated in the way that he goes about it. But it doesn't matter. There's plenty of people who absolutely love what he does to them. I've got a brother-in-law who's a great animator, and when we get together with him, sometimes members of my family want to hear what he has to say about this or that film that just came out that they love. They want to find out if he liked those films as much as they did. And the first thing that he always says to them is, "Tell me what you loved about it." And then he listens and tells them how happy it makes him that they got so much enjoyment out of the movie. And if he's lucky, they won't follow up by saying, "Yeah, but what did you think of it?" But a lot of times they do follow up with that question, in which case he's forced to say, "Yeah, I hated it, but I'm so glad that you liked it. And you taught me a lot of things about this film that I probably have missed." I really like that about my brother-in-law, and I feel like that about music so many times. If there's something in particular that doesn't move me, it doesn't mean that it doesn't move millions of people. And I think there's a lot of value in that. Maybe I could make another entire video about how to write a hit melody or a catchy melody, because there just might not be anybody else out there who's as good at it as Barry Manilow is. Really, just some of the most beautiful and catchy melodies you will ever hear in your life. So I'm not a hater. It's just all a little too much for me sometimes. And in a concert last summer on the Great Lawn in Central Park, I felt like maybe I'm not alone in my opinion, because as performer after performer took the stage there in New York City, the clouds gathered in the sky. Electricity formed in them. And right as Barry Manilow signaled for his band to kick it up a half step, God told him to stop it.
No, I can't smile without you. Can't
Attention.
smile without
Attention.
you.
Please pay close attention to the following safety message. Due to approaching severe weather, all persons should move quickly and calmly to the nearest exit.
I guess even the creator of the universe can only take so much. This video is brought to you by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes to choose from. Anything you can think of that you'd like to learn about, you'll find it here. I've been taking the class about how to take better photographs using my iPhone, for instance. So often I'm out in the world making music and I need to take pictures and video, and I don't have my nice camera with me, just a phone. So get ready for my phone photography game to become much better in the future because of this excellent course. Skillshare is curated specifically for learning. There are 0 ads, and you are free to learn at your own pace. If you're interested in Skillshare, the first 1,000 people to click the link you see here or the link in the description will get a month free trial of Skillshare. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you next time on Amy Nolte Music.